Hello, my name's Abigail Burkett. Nice to finally meet you. I'm
Thank you.
here for, I'm applying for the Women's Public Relations Director's Assistant.
Okay.
And maybe start about telling you a little bit about myself. Uh, I'm super energetic. I love being around people. I've always loved being around people ever since I was little. Um, I would always just uh, bring anybody into the conversation and include anybody. Um, I get a lot of my energy from being around people just in itself. Um, but yeah.
Okay. Awesome. First question I have for you: what past job or educational experience do you have that relates to this job position?
I would have to say, all my past jobs, I was working with people. I was working alongside other people. I was working to help people in a lot of my other jobs as well. So I was constantly attending to anything they needed, educating them or providing them with the products and services that we had. Um, so in all those cases, that means that I would have to communicate properly and efficiently all the time, 24/7.
Cool. Um, Tell us three strengths you possess that would directly benefit the specific position.
I would have to say that I'm very personable, so I get along with pretty much anybody. I think I have a personality that also draws, different people to me because of the energy that I put out. Um, and then I have to say that I'm one of the most important things to me is like also being punctual. If I'm supposed to be somewhere, if I'm supposed to be meeting someone, if I'm supposed to be doing something, I want other people to count on me and not even have to have a doubt or worry that I'm not going to be there or I'm going to show up 30 minutes late um, or something like that because I know I hate that on the flip side. And then I also believe that I'm really hardworking. I also want to finish the task. I want to do whatever task I'm assigned to my best ability. Um, and I want it, really well done and not rushed um, or done in the last moment. So anything I do, um, it's done to 100%.
Awesome. All right. Tell us about a time when you overcame a challenge in a previous job, team, or educational setting. Elaborate.
I would have to say, uh, in my last job that I had, I was there for a few years, and we had a customer that would come in, and she had been going to our facility for I don't know, very long time. Shortly after I began to work there, and after a few times coming, and she would always, be super happy about like the products that she would get from us, and she would be super happy about um, the different services and the customer service as well. And so one time it was just a normal day and she came in and did everything that she usually does. And after that she went on to um our Facebook page, I think, and she wrote like a horrible review about us. And it was really weird um because she always seemed really happy and she never made me think that she wasn't being attained to or anything like that. And so it was really confusing for all of us when we saw that. And so, since I was the person working there, I personally decided to reach out to her because in the business that I was in, we were very, um, you know, customers that would come in a ton over a certain amount of time. We were very close to them, or we were on a closer level because we'd see them all the time. And so I reached out to her personally and, asked her what was going on. And she just said that, she just pretty much said the same thing that was in her review. So I just asked the head boss, the manager, to see if we could give her like a refund or anything of anything that she was like unsatisfied with. So we did that. Um, and then she just like didn't really come back, which was super weird. Um, but yeah, so that was a tough like situation to deal with and weird because I didn't understand.
Okay. Tell us about a time when you were involved in a conflict in a previous job or education setting. Elaborate on the situation. How was the conflict resolved?
Um, I would have to say educational. I'm usually a lot of people don't like working in groups. Um, and so in college, while I was studying to get my degree, uh, there was this big long project that I had to work on with a group for over the semester. And there was one person in the group that just wasn't putting 100% in. They were doing things that like they didn't tell us they were doing. They didn't communicate the way we all were trying to communicate openly with each other. And so it was super frustrating. And she was the one that decided she would be like the leader of the group at the very beginning of the semester. But since she was doing these things, we, as a whole group, decided that, someone else should become leader and we should talk to her about it. So we did approach her, very openly and politely express to her our feelings, um, and so surprisingly, I thought she was going to be upset about it and kind of backlash at us, but she, opened up and said that she was having a really hard time because of her job and she was super busy because all the classes and her job, so she really wasn't giving her full attention to our project. So she was okay with someone else stepping up, which was awesome. And uh, so that was a good a way a conflict, turned out, and I think we handled it really well.
All right. Um, what's one skill you would like to improve on? Tell us how you will do so if you get this position.
I think I would like to improve on working in a big company. Since I haven't worked for a huge, organization or company, I would like to really get the hang of it and, really see how things are done on a larger scale compared to the smaller companies I'd worked for in the past. And then I also would like to work on growing connections, of course. Really getting out there on the PR field and making those connections with other people. But also, since this is director's assistant, I would also like to grow in the company and maybe in the future have like a higher uh, like position in the company as well.
All right. What are your income expectations for this position?
I think based on my education, from getting my bachelor's in communications and then my minor in public relations, and then also my experience for all the jobs and internships that I've done in the past, I think that my pay should reflect all of those.
Awesome.
All right, thanks.